Hello, everyone. So welcome to this course. I'm Young, the acupuncturist and the herbalist in the Central Balance. So today we're gonna share the knowledge of a new organ, which is the kidney. So in the previous courses, we share knowledge about the lung, the spleen, the liver, and the heart. So this course is the last course of the 5 organs in Chinese medicine. The 5 organs, lung, liver, heart, spleen, and kidney, are the most important organs in the body. The 5 organs, each organ controls one system. It's like 5 chancellors. And among the 5 organs, the heart is the emperor, and the other 4 organs is like chancellor. Okay, so today I will give a systematic introduction to the kidney in traditional Chinese medicine. Okay, so first I would like to talk the locational structure. In TCM, the kidneys are 2 organs located on both sides of the lumbar spine. The lower back, because the location, so the lower back is considered the residence of the kidney. So when the kidney is strong, the lower back feels firm and powerful. But when the kidney is deficient, soreness and weakness of the lower back often appear. So today's course is so different. You know, in the beginning we started to talk about the disease. It's not unlike the previous course, we talk about disease in the later. But because the kidney is so much important to the low back pain, and a lot of people are suffering low back pain these days. So that's why I would like to talk about the related disease to the organs at first. So, you know, nowadays, a lot of people are suffering the low back pain. So the question, why so many people have low back pain? So of course, nowadays, because of the office job, you know, people sitting too much, yeah, and exercise too less. But it's just the surface. It's just the surface cause. But what's the real cause of the low back pain? Oh yeah, apart from those injuries, what's the real cause of low back pain? Which is kidney deficiency. So why most of modern people, their kidney are weak? That's a good question. That's because First, modern people stay up late, right? Are you stay up late? I am, to be honest. Second, too much sex or masturbate. A lot of people ignore that. In Chinese medicine, we believe too much sex will weaken your body. Or nor is that's the difference between the Western medicine and Chinese medicine. The Western medicine said, oh yeah, that's no worries, sex, masturbate is good for the body. But in Chinese medicine, we don't agree with that because appropriate sex, which means not too much, not too less, will be good. But too much sex is bad for the body. Very bad. Okay. So let's go back to our course. So according to the 5-element theory, the kidney belongs to the water. It is described as the greater yin within yin, representing deep foundational energy. So remember, the kidney belongs to the water element. The heart belongs to the fire element. The spleen belongs to the soil element. The liver belongs to the wood element. And what's the last one? Let me think about it. The lung belongs to the metal element. That's 5-element theory. So, yeah, I forget to mention that the kidney related to the bladder, yeah, the urinary bladder. Okay, together they regulate the water metabolism and urination. Okay. So let's talk about the systematic relationship of the kidney. The kidney system includes emotional, structural, sensory, fluid, and seasonal correspondence. The kidney stores willpower and its associated emotion is fear. So health kidney energy supports the courage and the determination. And when the kidney energy is weak, excessive fear and insecurity may arise. So I would like to talk more about it. Ambition is very important to a person because if a person doesn't have ambition, he cannot have a bigger achievement. So when as we all know, when we are young, when we are a teenager, a lot of us have ambitions. We want to be a scientist, we want to be doctors, we want to be a successful businessman, and we just want to be success. That's your ambition, that's your dream. But when we getting older and older, for example, if we are 30 years old, 40 years old, we don't have so much ambitions like we used to have. Like we don't have so much ambitions as a teenager. Why? Because with the growing of the age, the kidney is weak and weak and weak. And of course, the age is an important factor. A second factor of the weakened kidney is a lot of work. Yeah, and other factors include more sex, stay up late, blah blah blah. You know that. So if a person's kidney is powerful, you will have plenty of courage and you can make your decision very quick because the kidney can support you to make the decision. So the kidney energy is weak. People fear. They fear everything. They fear a lot. Phobia in English. That's because the kidney is too weak to make yourself feel security. So the kidney governs the bones. So kidney related to the bone, not in this PPT. I'm just share the knowledge with you. So the kidney, if a man's bone is powerful or fragile, depends on the kidney. The kidney nourishes the bone, the bone's growth, strength, and density. And also, the kidney relate to the hair. Thick, dark hair reflects abundant kidney essence. Premature grieving or hair loss may related to kidney deficiency. So the kidney relates to the ears. So if a man couldn't hear, if there is a ringing in your ear, which means sometimes it's related to the kidney. So it also connects to the two lower orifices, which is the penis vagina and the anus. Urination and reproductive functions depend on the kidney regulation. And the kidney corresponds to the winter. So winter symbolizes storage, conservation, and restoration. So kidney is considered the function of the congenital constitution. Congenital innocence is inherited from one's parents before birth. It forms the material basis of the embryo development. It represents the original foundation of life. Many congenital disorders are related to the weakness of kidney essence. So, some people when they are unfortunate because when they have the congenital disorders, sometimes it's because their parents their parents their parents is not so healthy and cause the baby not healthy. So why? Because the congenital essence is inherited from the parents. Some, as we know, some nowadays some disease related. Um, to be honest, a lot of disease related to the parents, to the genetic thing. So here in Chinese medicine, the congenital essence is more like DNA. In West medicine, it's the inherited transfer information from your parents. So the genetics thing can dominate a lot of things of your body. So in Chinese medicine, we have the similar theory here. Your congenital, your congenital essence is from your parents. It's more like the DNA in West medicine. Yeah, you can understand, right? Okay. The kidney governs essence. The fundamental function of the kidney is the storing essence. To store essence means to preserve and secure vital substance. Essence governs growth, development, and reproduction. Congenital essence provides the foundation. Acquired essence from the food and drink provides the nourishment. So the integration of the congenital and acquired essence form the kidney essence. So the kidney, where the kidney essence come from actually two organs. The one is kidney, the another one is spleen. The kidney stores the essence from your parents, which is the congenital essence. Which is congenital essence. And after you come to this world, you eat food every day. So these acquired essence from the food and drink can nourish you, and the integration of the congenital essence and acquired essence from the spleen can form the kidney essence. The kidney essence transforms into kidney energy. The kidney essence is a material functional foundation. The kidney energy is a functional driving force. So the kidney energy can further differentiate into kidney yin and kidney yang. Okay, this PPT. So we because we don't share the knowledge about the essence, the energy, and the blood, and the relation between these material in your body. And we also and I didn't share knowledge about the yin and yang. So no worries. In the next in the future lesson, I would like to talk about with it. But today I would like to share some knowledge about this in a short time. So essence, energy. Wait a second. No, about sorry. So the essence can transform to energy. The essence is more like the fluid you can touch, you can see, but the energy is more like air. It's that relationship between the essence and energy is more like the water and the steam water air. Yeah. And what's yin and yang? Yin and yang energy are all belongs to energy. The positive part of the energy, we call it yang energy. The negative energy, we call it yin energy. So that's the relationship between essence, energy, yin and yang. Oh, so sorry. Okay. The canning yin nourishes, moistens, and stabilizes, and canning yang warms, activates, and transforms. So when the yin and yang are balanced, the body remains harmonious. Yeah, the canning and the stage and the life stages. The growth and aging depend on the rise and decline of the canning essence. The in childhood, abundant essence supports rapid growth. You can see the children can grow very quick, The teeth change and bone length. In youth, the canning essence reaches fullness. The body becomes strong and the reproductive capacity matures. In adulthood, strength and vitality peak. In old age, the canning essence gradually declines. Hair turns white, and the teeth weaken. The canning deficiency in children may cause delayed development. In adults, it may lead to the premature aging. Reproductive function depends on the canning essence. Okay, sorry. So I would like to talk more about this, the canning and the life stages. The canning essence is similar to hormone. You know, in our body, we have a lot of different kinds of hormone. Some hormone can help people growth. Some people can dominate our life activities. So we Chinese medicine believe that in Chinese medicine, those canning um, up, the canning essence has um, has the function of the hormone. You can understand in this way. So you can consider um, uh, in a perspective, the canning essence can be is more like the hormone, and the canning related to the reproduce. The reproductive function depends on canning essence. When the canning essence becomes abundant, reproductive mature appears. Also, the period and sperm production are closely related to the canning. So with aging, decline of canning essence leads to reproduced fertility. So clinically, infertility is often treated by tonifying the canning. Yeah. So in Chinese medicine, we believe the infertility is closely related to the canning, and because bad habit and other congenitive things, some people they are called infertility, and in Chinese medicine we supply the canning to help support the canning essence and to help people to birth the baby. Okay. So the canning is also called the root of the yin and yang of all organs. The canning yang supports all the yang functions in the body. The canning yin nourishes all yin fluids. Yang deficiency leads to cold symptoms. Yin deficiency leads to deficient heat. So chronic disease often eventually affects the kidney. So the kidney essence generates marrow. Marrow nourishes the brain and spinal cord, and it also strengthens the bones. So the essence deficiency may cause osteoporosis. The kidney essence also contributes to blood production. So when the essence is sufficient, blood generation is supported. So kidney essence also strengthens the body resistant to disease. So when the essence is abundant, pathogens are less likely to invade. So when the essence is weak, people are easily get disease. So the kidney governs the water metabolism. Okay. So in short, the kidney are a very important organ to the body. But I may say this before. Every organ is important to the body, to be honest. But the kidney has a unique function, is to support other organs. So the kidney is like a warehouse of yin energy and yang energy of the body. So it can support other organs by transport yang energy and yin energy to them. So it's more like a warehouse of the yin and yang energy. The liver is like a warehouse of blood. The kidney is like a warehouse of yin and yang and energy and essence. So because the kidney dominates the bone, and it can also affect the brain and spinal cord. So when if some patients their bone density is low, we can supply the kidney to help them to make their bone more stronger, and we also can supply the kidney to treat some some brain disease like the retreat of memory. Okay, so as we know, the kidney can generate the urinate. Sorry, it's the wrong picture. It's not long. It should be it's a wrong picture. Oh, sorry about it. Oh yeah, sorry. Oh, sorry. This picture is the talk about the relationship between the kidney and the lung. I saw this wrong. Sorry. So I remember I taught the relation between the lung and the spleen and the kidney a long time ago. So the kidney can grasp the energy, the qi, to support the respiration. So it anchors the inhaled air from the lung. This maintains deep and steady breathing. So when the kidney energy is weak, breathing becomes shallow. Shortness of breath on exertion may appear. In summary, storing essence is a core function of the kidney. All other kidney functions extend from this foundation. So understanding the kidney helps us understand the growth, aging, fertility, and reproduction. So protects the kidney means protects the root of the life. Yeah, it's very good. The kidney is like the root of the life. Okay, so today we share so many knowledge of the kidney. And the next lesson focus on we're gonna focus on the function of the kidney. So today we just um, shares the summary knowledge of the kidney, the kidney relationship between the bladder, between relationship with other organs, and the kidney uh, the kidney's role in the whole body. Okay, tomorrow, yeah, maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow we can we talk more knowledge. We share more knowledge about the kidney function. Okay, so have a good day. So today's lesson is finished. Thank you.